All right, moving away from cricket now, let's move on to Formula One. And one of Formula One's most spectacular races makes its much anticipated return this weekend with big title ramifications as Max Verstappen looks to wrap up the 2022 Drivers' Crown at the Singapore Grand Prix. The night race at Marina Bay, extremely demanding due to the heat and street circuit layout, is the first since 2019 after 2 years off the calendar due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So the heat, the manner of the circuit is why a lot of drivers maybe not complain, but you know, it's one of the things they touch on as obstacles they have to overcome. I know Lando Norris was speaking to the press yesterday, talking about how the heat is a big problem for him. Meanwhile, the relentless Max Verstappen can become Formula One world champion for the second successive season at the Singapore Grand Prix this Sunday. The Red Bull driver started slowly in 2022, falling 46 points behind Charles Leclerc after 3 races before roaring back into his now familiar position at the top of the standings. The Dutchman now leads his Ferrari rival by 116 points with 6 remaining races. Now, while there are various permutations for Verstappen, the bottom line basically is that, you know, to clinch the title in Singapore, he needs to score 22 points more than Charles Leclerc, 13 more than his teammate Sergio Perez, and 6 more than Mercedes' George Russell. That, of course, means the Dutchman needs to win his 6th race in a row. Of course, we remember that he cleared the final races in the Tour of Europe, and then he has to rely on Sunday on some misfortune for others to wrap up the defense of the championship. It's been a great race, a great season, basically, for Verstappen on a personal note, for Red Bull as a team, and of course, you have to consider the fact that his major competitors they haven't come to the party at all. Mercedes have struggled. In fact, the Mercedes duo of George Russell and Lewis Hamilton haven't won a race this season, and we're already getting into October. Talking about Mercedes, Malaysian oil company Petronas will remain long-term title sponsors and technical partners of the Mercedes Formula One team after announcing this week a multi-year contract extension from 2026. Mercedes have won the last 8 constructors titles and have been with Petronas since they returned to the sport with their own team in 2010. 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton and fellow Briton George Russell are yet to win a race after 16 rounds of this season. Toto Wolff, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell were in Kuala Lumpur before traveling out to Singapore for this weekend's Grand Prix at the Marina Bay Street Circuit.